Good morning. This is week 4 of my weight loss update, and this week has been very emotional. It's been a roller coaster of emotions. I've had some positives and some negatives. It's not been smooth sailing. I've had a bit of struggles, and I like to share that with you because I like to be as authentic as I can. I like to show you the goods and the bads, or the positives and the negatives, because your journey is up and down like that. Your journey's not just like that. So okay, let's get into it. The scales hasn't really changed. So the last week I was 98.65 kilos. This morning I am 98.45 kilos. So not really any drop there. But what I want to show you here on that point is a progress picture. So the picture on the left is 4 weeks ago. I was 102 kilos. And then the picture on the right is this morning, 98.45 kilos. So the scales are going down slowly over the last 4 weeks. But just visually, I'm very happy with the progress. I can see I'm losing weight when I look at that picture. I can see my progress. And this is why it's important to just trust the process and follow the plan, stick with the plan. Sometimes it's about delaying gratification and waiting and working for your results. Sometimes with instant gratification, you want to get in those genes quickly. You want to see that number on the scale drop. You want to do that crash diet because you want the results instantly. So this is why I don't really care about the scales, because I know by trusting the process, it's working. Also, I've got great support from my online coaches. I'm with Tom and Aston again. I'm part of their team. I'm so excited. I was with them back in 2019 and now I'm back with them again. So just to, if you've not seen the updates so far, they do my diet plan. So they tell me what to eat. They tell me how many steps to do a day. They tell me how much cardio I need to do. They tell me what supplements I need. They tell me how much water intake. So I've got full support. I just follow their plan. And then we do a weekly check-in. I send them my progress pictures. I send them my weight measurements. I let them know how my week's gone. They measure stuff like my sleep. So if the plan needs to change, they will make the changes and then send me the updates for the next following week. And if the plan doesn't need to change, I just carry on. But that's with them in their hands. I just follow, which makes it nice and easy and simple for me. But I've obviously got to do the work. This week has had some positives and negatives. So let's start with a positive in terms of the diet. So I did follow my diet plan 100% and I did all of my steps this week. So I'm really pleased about that. A negative is I didn't get sleep for one night. I had 2 hours of broken sleep. I was up all night, upset. It was emotional. I was stressed. And that really impacted my workouts. So I had a bit of a different mindset. I had a bit more of a I couldn't be bothered mindset. I just was in a bit of a bad mood. I was really irritable for a few days. There was 2 days after I didn't do my post-workout cardio. It was a real struggle. The end of this week, I would say from about Thursday to Sunday today, was definitely a struggle for me for steps and workout. I had to force my steps. Sometimes you just love walking and it's great, and sometimes your plan is more of a struggle, but I got the steps done. I will speak to my coaches. I've checked in this morning. I've asked if we can have a catch-up call on Zoom, because also next week I have got 4 birthdays in a row. I'm going out for a meal. I know there's going to be birthday cake on every day. So I want to speak to my coach what we're going to do about my plan, because I'm a bit worried about, I don't want to eat cake for 4 days and undo the progress I've done over the last 4 weeks. But at the same time, you do want to live and not miss out. But you want to do it without undoing your progress. So I'm going to ask my coach what we can do for this week. So I am a bit worried about the 4 birthdays. And just slightly off topic, I have had a win this week in terms of facing a fear. So mainly my channel, and particularly these videos, is about my weight loss updates. But I am going to share some progress in regards to fears pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, because I think this ties into like a strong mindset, which is important. So I've got a fear of snakes, and I will post up on the screen here me holding a snake. And I can tell you, at the beginning, I thought there's no way I'm holding that thing. No. Because I find with snakes that they're unpredictable. I don't know why they move. I don't know how they move. I can't really read them because they've got no emotion. So I don't know if they're angry. I don't know if they're going to bite me. But I did this with my therapist, actually. She has had snakes for like over 40 years. I think she's got about 4 at the moment. She's got a lot of knowledge, and it was kind of like gentle exposure therapy, and she was teaching me about the snake the whole way through the session. And then by the end of the session, I was holding it, smiling, and I was feeling pretty comfortable. Say my anxiety was about a 7 at the beginning of the session. By the end of it, because I was learning about it, I was more like a 2 in anxiety when I was holding it. So fear is often in the unknown, and I was very proud of myself. I felt like I had an accomplishment. And again, this ties into my week because it comes in, you know, with a strong mindset. So I'm glad I faced the fear. And yeah, I'm not feeling 100%. I just feel very irritable, a bit down, and it's been a very emotional week. I think there's a lot of evil in the world at the moment, and I don't want to go into all the details, but I just would say I think the world needs more love, and more compassion, more empathy with each other, and more kindness. And I just want to leave that there. But I am excited for the next week in terms of my progress. I will, if you like me showing you the progress pictures like I did at the beginning of the video, comment below and I can make sure I add that into every video if you do want to see that type of progress. But thank you for watching. I hope you have a great week. If you are on plan yourself, or whether you're just interested, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to as well. Peace.